So shall we
Shall we
gather
wait for
ourselves?
some or
It's up to Shredder. Would you like to wait for some more time, or you want to start?
Yeah, we can wait a little bit. Why not? Because 10 minutes always possible. Or in Europe, when you are working on the university, they called it always CT. So it's 15 minutes later than 0.
Usually it's very unusual for me because we have got into Auroville rhythm. I remember once we had a session, first session on Sankhya philosophy, and it was scheduled at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I don't remember exactly. And Helmut was there 5 minutes before the session, and nobody came at 5 o'clock. And the clock went on 5, and Helmut said, "Start." I said, "Do you want to wait for 5 minutes?" Doesn't matter. It's 5. Let's start. And we just started talking. And we still, the session went on for 1 hour. And he was the only one for the whole session. So it was fun. That day I realized that, it's really what matters is what work you're doing, and,
yeah?
you
So
leave the rest.
you stay in Auroville, is it, Snehal?
Yes.
And what
This
about you,
is
Freda?
I'm staying in the moment in Amsterdam
Okay.
in a hotel. So my flight will be in the evening back to Stuttgart. So usually I stay in Stuttgart.
Okay. Yeah.
Girishi, you are
this
closer.
case,
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I think now we can start. I have the feeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. So let's start with the moment of silence, as usual.
Yes.
So welcome to another session of exploring unknown frontiers of consciousness with Sri Aurobindo Savitri. And I'm extremely excited for this particular session because of what I can foresee happening, and I'm really looking forward to hearing that. Further, without getting much into detail, I would like to hand it over to you and take a backseat.
That's perfect. So I will share my screen. One question: did you test the app?
Yes.
Could you?
Yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
something happens, or
So I kind of put some words, and it was giving the explanation. But since I have not read the entire Savitri, I was not able to fathom how exactly uh, I can make use of it, specifically from the point of view of my research. So I'm actually a bit curious about it. The only part I understood is I can write any word or a set of words out of what I'm seeing here, and then I get some explanation based on those words. But please correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah, I will correct you, no problem. So let's see how this app is working. So there are three areas of this app: left and middle and right. And let's start on the left side. So on the left side, you have all the chapters of, let's say, of Savitri. And what you can do, especially you can deselect. Now no chapter is selected. And then you can start here. And then you can, for example, select only the simple dome. So this is one thing, but then you can also select another one, what you want in that case. And in the middle now, you have this word cloud. What is important of that word cloud, when you go on a word, then you see the frequency, how often this word in the text. And that means in a sentence. It's counting the sentence, how often there are words. So, of course, her, she, and from, all, but it's interesting that all is also very high. And then life, earth and world, nature and light. So these seems are the most important words in the beginning of the Canto 1. So this is something where you can see. Our mind is also in that area. Now, when you want to know, okay, what he speaks about Earth in this first chapter, then you click on that. And then suddenly you see all the sentence. And the sentence, it says 12 sentence. And here you can see the sentence. For example, this one, Earth. Here you can also see now on the right side, I will explain it like that. Then on the right side, you see directly where are the sentence located in the whole text. So you see the sentence before, you see the sentence after, and you see always where also Earths are related. It's smart. So this is something what you can do. And then comes the AI topic. Now, when I'm click on that sentence, then it says generating an explanation. What is the sentence meaning in the context of that one, but also in the context of Sri Aurobindo's yoga. It's not only the context of Savitri, but also of the context of Sri Aurobindo's yoga. And then the sentence is Earth felt the imperishable passage close. Okay. Now, what is saying the beautiful sentence from Sri Aurobindo, Savitri is rich with meaning as encapsulating the very essence of the epic message. Let's break it down simply, and then now you have that explanation. Earth, this is just a physical planet beneath our feet in our Bindu's philosophy, and in Savitri, Earth represents the material world and its physical, often inconscient nature, humanity and its collective consciousness or lack thereof, often mirrored in ignorance, suffering, and mortality. The lowest rung of creation, which is farther east from the divine and most resistant to spiritual change. And then it went to the other one, felt this implies more than just a physical sensation. It's a deep, profound, almost institutional awareness of stirring within the very substance and consciousness of Earth. And then again, you have this explanation of it, or then passage close, a journey of movement from one state or realm to another. And in the end, you get the conclusion, something like this one. In a sense, Earth felt the imperishable passage close means that the physical world with the human inhabitants sensed a profound and imminent arrival of the eternal, divine consciousness. This was a critical moment where the gulf between the divine and the material was being bridged, marking the beginning of Earth's potential for spiritual awakening and ultimate transformation into a divine realm. You see, you get very simple an explanation only of the sentence. And with the background of the whole, let's say, Savitri. That one thing what you can do. And the other thing is here you can also make generation summary. So that means all the 12 sentences here, in that case, it gives now an explanation. What is Earth? What is the meaning of Earth? And I think that's also sometimes very interesting because then you get, without any other thing, the exact meaning of the sentence here. Because it's only relate the AI to that sentence and nothing else. And that's important when you do the programming for that you can say, okay, really use only the sentence and no other things. And then you have this explanation. The physical plane is portrayed as initially lost in a profound, unthinking slumber, realm of deep ignorance, ambiguity, and odious toil, where the divine truths are often rejected or disturbed. Despite in this inherent resistance and inherited agony, it is a crucial arena for cosmic struggles and the awakening of higher consciousness, received to spiritual impulses and acting as a vital link between the mundane and the celestial, offering its very suffering and desire as a sacrifice in an ongoing quest for transcendent ecstasy. I like it very much. So only in that chapter, you get that explanation of Earth by that sentence.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, but I have few questions, and
Of
please
course.
forgive me. These questions are coming from a person who has very least knowledge about AI.
Okay.
So my question first, I mean, I really like that how the words are occurring based on the frequency in that order, right? If I'm understanding correctly. And
Exactly.
then if I select any of one of the words, then all the sentences which has that word in that particular canto will be listed down.
Yes.
And till there I completely understand. But when it comes to, let's say, if I select a particular sentence, and then
Yes.
if I click on that sentence, the explanation that AI is generating.
Yes.
So my question is about that. That the explanation that they are generating, what is the basis of where, what is the source of uh, the explanation? Like, is AI using some books which are in the database that they refer to create the summary or the explanation, or does it access the whole World Wide Web? Like, how does it work? Just
In the moment, I'm not saying using the World Wide Web. The explanation is based on what is inside Savitri. And I put in addition, give also some hints of Sri Aurobindo yoga. So this combination. And then I ask, okay, what is the meaning of this sentence? And not more. Here?
yeah. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
and on that one, it's really only the sentence where you have here selected. I have another functionality now. You see here, I only selected one word, Earth. Now when I click on select, then I see which words are in that 12th sentence. So, and I see also here the probability, how often words. So in that sentence are mainly connected space, for example. Now there are two lines, and when I click here, two now together, space and Earth, then I get that all two sentences where space and Earth are together. So therefore, it's very easy to find word combinations. And again, I see what are there in combination of space and Earth. What Sri Aurobindo wrote in that area. That's another possibility, and you can as many as you like now bring together.
I actually tried with Canto 1 and the last book.
Okay.
When Savitri and Satyavan wake up again and they're back, it's evening, and when they meet Dyumatsena, and he has vision and he got his kingdom back. So the last it was very beautiful. I tried the different combinations, like how you said space and earth, and together the sentences, and it was very nice to explore this and read through the explanations. So I was curious to ask. So my second question, which I wanted to ask you, which was I was curious about, because what we are doing with the initiative, why we are meeting twice a week, is because we are trying to study Savitri from our own point of view, and each one of us has a very unique point of view. For example, if I can speak for myself, when I read Savitri, I see insights of mathematics. For this whole 2 weeks, I was looking at the limits and continuity and differentiation, and I was looking at Savitri through those concepts in math. You know how because the first canto is the symbol dawn, is all about how exactly there is nothing but a darkness, and the process of how slowly it changes into a dawn. So it was very gradual change, and I somewhere wanted to overlap the concepts of limit or maybe differentiation, where we study the small changes in the small area. That's the study of differentiation, or how exactly certain thing behaves when it approaches, which is limits and continuity, uh, in symbol dawn. But my question is, can I make a use of this software, or is there any way that I can, let's say, if I have books or data on mathematics, is there any way I can upload it and then maybe it will help me generate the graph or the connection or the insights from that particular point of view? I hope I'm not going too much in the cloud, but just trying to understand if, just
Um,
out of curiosity.
um, Perhaps you have to explain more what is your interest in the connection. So because I have now to divide it in different, I think, uh, topics. Uh, so what I did in another way was, for example, to combine records on yoga with Savitri. That was something what I also did, and that's some similar what you looking for. So you have a mathematical paper or book, and then you want to know there are some sentences which goes in the direction of that book. Something like that. That's possible. Yeah, that one can search. So one has only to give the idea of the book, of the mathematical book, to the AI, and then the AI can run, or then you say to the AI, okay, let's look if you can find some similarities. And then you will get a number of sentences. I implemented that in another version, what I did. For example, let's see if it's working. Because then I can explain it a little bit better, what you wanted to say. Interesting. Maps. Okay. They always change the software. That's crazy.
Absolutely no problem. This is anyways, it's alien for me when it comes to, though I'm graduated as a software engineer, but it's been such a long time for
Yeah,
me.
no, I was a little bit surprised. No? It's like when I went to Berlin, and they built in an area some new buildings, and then 3 weeks later I also went the same way, and suddenly the buildings was completely not new and different, and
Oh,
where I have to drive, so some similar happens. So here I implemented a new functionality. And this says, okay, now you can search with a word, but it's not looking for the exact word, but of the meaning. Mathematics, like that. No?
okay.
And then I say, okay, now let's search. Now this takes also a little bit time. And now the AI, it's looking with this sentence which with this word, which sentence fits to that.
Okay.
Now
So it won't
that's it.
take the literal word, but sometimes,
Exactly.
let's say if I put a word calculus, or if I put integral or limit or graph theory, and if I
Yeah,
want to study it from the point of view of that, and if I put that
exactly.
word,
Yeah,
it's going to
exactly.
search where it can be applied. Oh, that's
Yeah.
very helpful actually. It
Yeah,
saves so
I
much
think.
time.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Because Sri Aurobindo didn't use the words usually,
Yes.
what you are searching
Yes.
for.
Yes. Yes.
And then it gets complicated. No?
My hypothesis is one of the reasons why we initiated this project from the scientific point of view is because his insights are so deep and they are all beyond this world, beyond the existence. So the hypothesis is that we might be able to get some clues to move forward from where we are right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
And
that's
he
why.
unfortunately he used a literature way, poesy, which makes the
Yes.
things more
Yeah.
complex. Because you not
Yes.
find Ananda. That's most interesting. Ananda is not there inside in the whole Savitri. The word
Oh.
Ananda you will not find. No.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
strange. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So not in the whole of the Savitri, not once
No,
Ananda
not
word
once.
comes.
No.
Wow. Wow.
And
That's
here you have now the
surprising.
selection of all the words which has now a connection with mathematics.
Okay.
Let's say the sentence. No? And here are the words of that sentence. So he found a lot of sentence, but not so much if you compare it to the total. No? 400 and let's say 500 sentence are correlated with mathematics, no? On an AI level. Let's see if we can find, yeah, for example, yeah. I have to change to that. This one.
Yeah, sure.
Question, have this something to do with mathematics? Of course.
Yes.
No?
I mean, it's if we read it, the first one, like the words like graph, cube, they echo mathematics.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you have also behind nature, mind, mass, consciousness, vast, fill the old dump root space.
Yeah, so
A
this
graph
is good.
shall be,
So
yeah, it's good,
so
or? Yes,
yeah, so basically, so you put a field like mathematics or art or any of those kind of fields, and it will pull out all those words that are related to that, and then maybe you can go and look for explanations for those words and the
yeah,
sentences.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's
That's very helpful.
is possible. But
Hmm.
I have to give you, or to say also, you have to be careful because it's AI and that is a statistical approach. So not all sentence really make sense. So it's not 100%. But if you get 80% good sentence, better than nothing. No? So
Right, right.
Absolutely. Is there any way to verify the accuracy of the explanation that we are getting, or the results that we are getting in the software?
yeah,
How
but
do
by your
we
mind.
verify? Like, because we will use, let's say, we say that this is a tool to assist with our research or our work, then it's important that we check the authenticity of the tool, right? So how do
No,
I?
I understand what you mean, but the verification is by your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's therefore AI. It's not working without humans. No? So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and you have
Absolutely.
to verify by yourself, make the sense or make it not sense. No? And if it's helpful, and you see, important is not in that case what AI or created, or important is now the sentence, that the sentence gives you an aspect where you can say, okay, yeah, that is related to mathematics.
Yes.
But the problem
Yes.
what you have, it's a sentence out of 90,000 sentence.
Yeah.
So how to find that sentence?
Ah.
Yeah, and there AI can help. So now I have only to go to, let's say, 500
400.
sentence instead of
In
20,000.
Savitri. Yeah.
Of course, if your name is Richard and you know completely Savitri, yeah, then it's not a problem. So, but if you are not, then it's very helpful. Yeah. And let's see if we can find another sentence, which, of course, there you have also one. But when the inconscious, scrupulous work was done and change created by a fixed immutable law, as sense was set for nature's conscious display. And this is more tricky, no?
Yeah.
That one.
For me, this is the insight of Sankhya philosophy. So that's what my question is. The human mind is very powerful, isn't it? Let's say if I read a book on Veda, I read a Veda
Yes.
book, okay, which has mythology or some hymns, and I understand those hymns in Sanskrit language because human mind is capable of learning more than one language. I can read, also understand, and learn geometry in English, right? But my
Mhm.
mind somewhere integrates these two things, which I have learned in two different languages, which are completely different subjects, and I can form something called Vedic geometry.
Yep.
Right. So now the idea is to see if I can integrate the different things that I have studied, and I want it's like combining, it's like chemistry. You combine
Mhm.
different elements and see what reaction it does, but keeping Savitri as the reference, and I want to see how it reflects through the lines of Savitri. So let's say I'm studying Sankhya philosophy
Mhm.
independently, but if there is any way, if I have a PDF of Sankhya philosophy or the sources that I'm learning, if I
Mhm.
can somehow give that as an input or feeder to the app that we're
Yes.
talking about,
Yeah.
is it possible to do it?
Yeah, you can put here, for example, inside,
Okay,
no?
the keyword.
And
Okay,
and then in the queue, and then it will search.
okay. But I won't be able to put the whole book.
Uh,
I
there comes up some limitation where AI not really works.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I just wanted to know till how far I can push him.
And I'm now on that state where it gets critical. No? And then you have to do some tricks that still what you get out makes sense.
Right,
Also,
right.
Savitri is for the AI too big. So therefore, you have to use some approaches which simplify it on another way. Because if you have a whole book and you ask something of that book, then the probability are very weak. If you ask, if you have a one page, and then you ask what is on the page, then your probability are extremely high to find the right thing. Yeah? I think that's important to understand when you use AI. One second, because if you like, I can explain you how AI is working.
Yeah, I would love to learn that. Yes, I mean,
because then things are much more easier to understand.
Yeah.
But I have first to find the PowerPoint presentation. Do you have other questions?
No, not me, Girishji. I'm sorry, my questions might be very basic, but I'm just thinking from the point of view of my research.
Have you, so Frida, have you used, apart from developing this, though, are you using any custom prompts inside too, so that that is how the interpretation works? So, I mean, are you defining certain prompts in the backend? So if the users enter a particular keyword, or let us say put some related words, then the prompt picks that up and throws it to AI and gets the. So have you defined any prompts behind? Yeah.
I have defined some prompts exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I got it. But by the way, the AI also worked on your side. Could you generate something?
So for me, my laptop is very basic, and I tried using it, but after a while, it became super slow to load things on my side. So that's the technical. But other than that, initially I could do some basic search, like searching the lines and the insights.
Yeah,
I was
no,
not aware of
because
that.
I want also the AI functionality, because I think you have now why it's not working. I want to show you again, not that one, sorry. Interesting. Okay, anyway. So that's the app, what you see, because here in settings, when you first do it, then it starts that you have to give a API key. Otherwise, it should not work. I don't know. That you have to know. And it gives the explanation where you get the API key. So you can, if you have but you need a Google account. I think you have a Google account. And if you have a Google account, so you can also use the AI Studio. And when you click there, then you are in AI Studio, and then you can go to that one, get API key here. And then you can create let's see. Then you can here API key generate. It's now in German, no? But I think not so important. And then you have to copy this API key, like this one, inside the app. Like here inside. And then you have to press save. And then you can use the AI. That's important to understand. If you have any problem, you can call me, no point.
No, I'm definitely going to try this. I have a Google account, and I'm going to try to do some, studying and exploring with the API keys. This is something very new for me.
Now, on Savitri, Bhavan, I give this presentation or lecture about AI and the combination of 3-hour builder works. But I want to go now more to that topic, how AI is working. I think mathematically, there is a simple way of statistics. So there is a correlation, for example, between human weight and human height. And when you measure not exactly, right? But you want to know, okay, what happens if the person has a higher weight, but I didn't measure it. And the possibility what you have, this we called linearization, and we call this best fit, right? So we have two parameters. Here we can see that one, it's M and B. And now there is mostly the Newton algorithm where they optimize the parameter that the error to each point here is minimized. And therefore you get a linear line. And if you have this one, then you can now predict, okay, what will be the height of a person if he has a special weight, right? But you also understand if you measure somebody like here, then it's not fitting because it's a probability approach. And if you eat less and you get more light, full, or let's say not more heavy, the height will not go down. Unfortunately. But I like that example so much because in that simplicity, you suddenly understand what is important when you do AI. And that people mostly not get. No. Now, AI is a deep neural network. And you have not two parameters, but you have 1,760 billion parameters. That's much more. But the approach is the same. It's like this linearization. So you have an input, and you have an output, and you're running so often the optimization that the parameters will give you the output. But the output again is from the input side a probability. So in the end, the AI only calculate the probability. And that you can see here in that example. Now, there's another important thing is this tokenizer, but you have a sentence, for example, Paris is the city, and now is the question, what comes next? And what makes more sense? No? And then you tokenize. Tokenize means only you put it in numbers. No? So Paris has the number 1652. Has the number 5, and so now you have the
So
number, and
sorry,
please.
Peter, these tokens are given. I mean, when you are training the model, that is the time when you give these tokens. Is it assigned by the humans, or does the AI model?
No. It's not. Has nothing to do with the, in that case, with the AI model. So when you see this neuronal network, it's only working with numbers, input, and you get output numbers. Like here, I get not any text out of this mathematical approach, and I get also no text out of that one. Only numbers. I can work on numbers. And therefore, you need another process, and this process they called tokenizer. To make out of text a number. And
But who assigns the token of, let us say, 1652 to Paris and 5 to IS?
It's a calculation. It's a little bit more complex calculation, because it takes, I guess, 2 or 3 characters, and with 3 characters you get a number. And then you have to calculate with these characters, okay, what is the number? But there is no AI behind that. It's only a calculation approach.
Okay, got it.
And there will be always the same number. No? So it's not changing the number.
Right.
That's important. Right. Now with that number, we can train a neuronal net. No? That's important. And when we get out, let's say, as an output, that we can then also transfer in the words. And but what we get as an output, for example, is like that one. No? So you can also say Paris is the city in. But it seems the most probable, let's say, following word will be of. Paris is the city of. Or Paris is the city that. But of here in that case makes it more clear. And that's how AI is working. Now, when we come to Savitri, when you ask something here as an input, and you give all Savitri as an input, because you ask something and you give also some the whole Savitri as an input, then the probabilities here are getting weak, and weak means they are close together, and suddenly something unlogic wins. Because they are so close together. So there is no huge differentiation between, for example, some words. And that's the problem. But I will show you that later. And here you have also another sentence. He said, I never thought. So then you know, okay, thought is better. We all other words. And then you can continue the sentence. Now, on the right side, there you see that calculation of LM transformer model. And today we not know why they are so working so good. Nobody has no clue.
Freda, we are not able to see the whole screen. We just see the small cube with the Z. So, and some text, which is half. Is it the same thing you wanted to show us? Because I'm just
Yeah, but you see this one or calculation of LM?
No, I'm not able to see any calculation on the screen. I just see the square root of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the
No,
one.
exactly.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay,
That's the right one.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what you have to do to get that probability here, you have to multiply, but it goes really deep inside. But you have only to multiply some matrix. Let's see some parameters, and then you get it out. It's only multiplication, and that's it from matrix. So the calculation of an AI system, when you defined all the 1 billion parameters or 1,000 billion parameters, it's very fast. And that's the reason why we get sudden an output. There must be no integration, there must be nothing, no? Only multiplication of the parameters. That people are not understand, they thinking they're searching something. No, there is no search in AI. You give an input like this one, and then you get an output. And the output you get by this calculation. Therefore, I put it there inside. And that's it.
Okay. Understood. Yeah.
Now, again, what is important? We have this hallucination, and it becomes, it comes because of the probability. Because the AI is only calculating probability, it can happen, this hallucination.
Right.
That's important. And the most, what I like here, the picture, because then you suddenly understand it. And therefore AI, now there is no life behind and no consciousness in AI. We have to think a little bit different, because the consciousness is in the human and in the context.
Yeah, we are the conscious.
We are giving for the AI.
It's
But the
very
AI
relatable.
itself, yeah.
Yeah, AI itself is, the laws are in place, and it's the stage for us to play the conscious place.
Yeah. Now
Wonderful.
here, in that picture, when you asked which one is bigger in the image, then it says the cat is bigger in the image. But I can see automatically, no, the cat is not bigger. Now what happens is the AI can find out, okay, there is a mouse and there is a cat. But the AI not find out the proportion. But the AI knows from the learning process that a cat is bigger as a mouse. Now we have this understanding of consciousness, that let's say we see suddenly, okay, the picture, I know a cat is bigger, but the picture shows it's smaller. Therefore, I can answer this quite more exact, because I have this consciousness. And that has AI not.
Yeah. But
it's a magical approach, yes.
But let's say the AI gives this answer, the cat is bigger than the image, and
Yes.
then the user responds back to the AI saying that no, if you see this, it actually the mouse is bigger than the cat, then it goes into the learning phase of the AI, and that probability may be calculated later on if something again similar thing happens, right? So that
No,
is how that
no. Yeah,
works.
yeah.
No. Oh,
No, it's not working like that. No.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, because um, we have this 1,700 billionth parameter, and it strains with millions of sentences to get the parameter. And now you're saying in one area, please learn that. How should this work? Cannot work. Of course, there are possibility to train AI, and what they mostly do in the moment is they change the input by giving a different input, then you get a different output. So if you imply in the input that the mouse is bigger as a cat, then also the AI take it. But then the AI do nothing, no? Because you put it as an input. Yeah.
So, but
Right.
then this generative AI of training these models, right? They pick up the entire LLM data, and
Yeah,
they host it, and then they say, okay, we for a particular use case or for a particular industry, we will train this thing. So
exactly.
ultimately they are just changing the input and trying. That is how the training happens, is it?
There are two approaches, no? And one approach is to giving by the input, and the other approach is that you really train it, that you give not all the information from. So mostly they use a small LM model, and then they train it with much more complex topics, but only on that topics, no? So then you get a specialized, but usually this is very cost intensive and takes time.
Right.
But what you
Oh,
mainly can buy is that they put the right input.
right.
Yeah,
Yep. Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome. And there you see how now all the different things are playing together. So large language model, that's the ground things, and artificial intelligence, that's the combination of LMs, and that can also run in a much higher complexities, no? That's the other approach, no? Yeah. I have to think what else can I tell you. Perhaps here in that, because you ask about it, how to combine things. So what I started was that I put of record of yoga that different Chaturstaya, and then I give also an explanation of the text, and then I said, please find me the sentence here with the AI in Savitri. And then I get a sentence, and then I get also an explanation. Yeah, that's exactly. So in that case, when you not give as an input record of yoga, but you give some mathematical formulation, for example, here inside, then you can also search, and then you can find the sentence which could be related to that. So that's how it works. But again, I'm not fine or I'm not happy what the AI found out of that sentence. But I didn't have the work now to optimize that to get more sentences which are related, for example, with purification. And where you have the feeling, okay, that's really very clear. Of course, there are some sentences I will show you which really give that idea of purification, very beautiful. For example, we have this sentence here for purification. Her mind, a sea of white sincerity, passionate in flow, had not one turbid wave. So by feeling here, that's again very beautiful, no? From Sri Aurobindo to describes no turbid wave. So if you are in that purification and of mind, for example, then that's exactly how to have to come, that we in silence, no? And then something happens.
Yes. I'm slowly grasping the whole um, explanation. I'll still need some time to kind of put it together because a lot of new information for me.
Yeah.
But
And here, of course, I can also give that explanation. This passage describes the inner state of Savitri, whose mind is a sea of white sincerity, free from turbid waves. This is a clear picture of Shuddhi purification, the cleansing of the mind from impurities and limitations. So it's another view, no?
yeah,
Because you can also use this of silence, no? This sentence.
yes,
It,
yes,
it, it's also now the idea what the AI found out that this if it's not anymore turbulent our mind, then we have also lost the limitation and the impurities. Her mental clarity and purity are the basis for her ability to get in touch with the truth and ecstasy. But here it's really that directly Sri Aurobindo comes out. And it's not only truth; it's also ecstasy. And there I know that's the experience. And that's not in the mind, but he got this experience of ecstasy by reaching that state. And that I see always when I read Savitri in that sentence, that it's not a mind experience, it's a really complete, let's say, ecstasy. And for me, it's also in the vital there. Which brings in a positive way our mind in connection with our vital.
yes, yes, yes.
So that's my impression. And
Sometimes when you really suddenly get into a deep meditation, and sometimes it really like it happens very easily, that process of you getting really deep into meditation, and that is also a person who has experienced it, they also experiences verbalize it in the form of ecstasy. So
yes, yeah. And for example, mukti, I will see if there is also a nice sentence, enjoyment. Yeah, I think enjoyment is very beautiful. And this sentence, for example, here, only to be was a supreme delight. Life was a happy laughter of the soul, and joy was a king with love for Minister. It's a little bit more famous sentence, I guess, what he wrote. But yes, this has a strong correlation with this experience of divine bliss and joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to find that sentence, you have to read the whole Savitri, no?
Yeah.
Or you have an AI, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can understand where I see the advantage to use AI to come to better understanding. And for me, was only important because in the record of yoga, no, the description what is enjoyment, no, it's more theoretical. But when we go in Savitri, it gets more experimental.
That's true.
And
That's
then
true.
in this experimental way, then I can also come to that experience.
That's
Yeah.
One last simple question.
Of course, yes.
There is a possibility that I might choose two different words which cannot come in one sentence, or Savitri. So in that case, will they show me the separate sentences, or how does it work? Or do they give me combined insight? So does AI generate the combined insights of the lines which has these two words?
Mm-hmm. Right. So in the moment, everything here is based on the sentence.
Yes. So let's say if I choose light and maybe end, I don't know, or some word which is really below.
I can use light and I can spirit, or what you mean.
Let's say if I choose light and dark, there is a word here, dark.
Dark, you mean, or where you are here?
No, I'm looking at the different words that are, yeah.
Yes.
We can choose any word which will be unlikely to come in the same sentence. I mean, it's a possibility, right? That
yeah, genau. So now you have spirit and light, for example, no?
Yeah.
And then you get here the sentence.
Yes. But here, spirit and light come in the single sentence, is it?
Yes.
So Sri Aurobindo has written a line where both these words present in that particular verse or sentence. My question is, if I end up choosing words which are not there in the same sentence, then in that
then
case,
it will not come, or you press here. You can also put or, no?
Okay.
And then
or,
you get
yeah.
all the sentence. No? Now that's the
Either or.
mathematical and or. Yeah.
And then on the right, I'll get the combined insight of the
on the right, you get a position where you find it in Savitri.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you always can read also what is before and after. So because one has also to understand how it used in that way.
It's absolutely wonderful. I tried some of it on my own, but because of my system limitation, I couldn't explore it in detail. But I'm really, because I feel that this will be really helpful for me in what I'm doing. So thank you so much for being super patient with me today and bearing through my basic questions.
No problem. But I want to summarize again. because I explained it to you how AI is working, and now I think you get also the feeling with this AI functionality, because this functionality there is no AI behind. No? That's very only working with searching
Yeah,
and so.
it's simple. Yeah.
That's simple. No. But when you press this one, then
Yeah.
again there is AI behind. No. And it takes this sentence,
Right.
and out of that sentence he summarize something. That's important.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And the
I'll do some
explanation,
experimentation.
yeah, but again, how it's summarized, it's on a statistical way. So
Yes.
it looks what the words are giving, and then of course because the LLM was trained more to get more context, and therefore you get also more context in the explanation, not only that word. But still, I always find the ideas and of Sri Aurobindo, you will get really out of that.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes,
summarizing.
there is a huge potential for that. So
Yeah,
yes.
and the reason why, it's because it's really related on Savitri.
Yes.
And AI has no
Very much.
ego or something, and nothing there in addition, only mathematical based on that. And
Right.
therefore, I find it very helpful, because when I want to know something, then I mostly get more exact ideas. In the end, it's about ideas, how he using, for example, a term like Earth. And
Right.
as we spoke before, and as you understood what was the summary of Earth, and then we're coming in the content, and then suddenly understand, okay, Earth is really that unconscious that we have to overcome
Yes.
with our possibilities. And
Yes.
that's the deep
Yes.
understanding of Sri Aurobindo, why he
Yes.
worked on that. So
Yes.
only in that word, Earth.
There's so much.
Yeah, that's so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just
That's
yeah, it has a lot of hidden meaning, as we can say. That
yes, yes.
can be yeah. So basically, it will give you all the possible thought threads, possibly, or maybe it can give you an alternate way of thinking. But it's not
Yeah,
the definitive or finite. It can only support with your or it makes it easy for you to find something particular, and it can support you with some basic insights which can act as a starting point in your thinking process.
yeah, exactly. Right.
Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess we are already 20 minutes over our session. Girish, yes,
Okay,
I
yeah,
have to give.
but
But
I hope
thank you. Yeah, I mean, I had so many questions. It's all on me that yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. If you like, I can yeah, let's see, implement that functionality of AI search as in the other one.
That would be really wonderful. Yeah, yeah.
Because in the
Because,
moment I didn't do it here.
like, for example, to build this particular software, you gave the input of Savitri, right? You, so
Yeah,
I don't know the actual terminology. Just like that, if we can give, because Sri Aurobindo made Savitri over a span of 30 years. And his initial lines of Savitri, there is an article where he showed the initial lines of Savitri and the final ones, which are much more refined. He has done a lot of work. And in between that, he wrote a lot of books.
yes,
So if the data of all his books, all his works, if that can be given to the app, do you think it will help generate the summary better? Maybe
Um,
the insight will be much. I mean, that question we can leave
yeah,
it
yeah,
for
yeah.
later. I'm just think,
As I explained, could be partly, but in the moment that's too much information.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and I want
I'll
to
explore
have not too much background. I want to have the explanation only based
based on something.
on Savitri.
Understood.
Yeah, that's what I see in the moment. Because there's this other app, Incarnate Word.
Yes.
There you can
Yes.
also search, but unfortunately, then you get not the real sentence out of the
No,
Savitri,
no.
because they
Only
are
the actual
all
phrases. Yeah.
they are all inside.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
but we can do a research if you like. So we can, for example, put here Earth and give an explanation, and then we ask in Incarnate Word what is the explanation of Earth, and then we can compare.
That's true. That's true.
And I think that's also something then we can also understand better. Now, that's the last thing that we can do. As you said, will be there a change? And I'm now interested also in myself. That's
Yeah,
the
the
last
return to the
chapter.
earth. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have here also Earth.
Yes, yes.
Now we make it a summary.
Okay.
And the question now, is this summary different as the other one? And what is different? And there we have the protagonist return to a physical existence, finding rest and recompaniment within the natural world. This plane of human life, thought sometimes limited by the material scope, is profoundly transformed by an inner spiritual power. You see the huge difference now?
Yeah,
Suggesting a
yeah.
capacity for a mortal being to be divinized. It serves as a cherished home, sitting for deep human connections, and the canvas where divine influence actively embraces the material.
Yeah,
Far from being superset, this corporated dimension is fulfilled and uplifted by the spiritual touch, becoming the ground for embodying love, sharp experience, and unfolding consciousness. It's this essential locus where souls manifest from the unmanifest, undertake their journey without.
Wonderful. So,
And
in a
I
very
think,
yeah.
I like to summarize on that point. That's now the huge difference. In the last chapter, 3-hour window turns the word Earth in a complete different aspect.
Completely different. With the same word, yeah.
It's a complete different understanding of what is word is, or what is Earth as in the beginning. Here you not see the unconsciousness.
Yes.
Of course, because it's transformed. No?
It's transformed. Yes. But still the physical existence, still in presence, with the same word, but the context is completely different. It's actually what I'm feeling, that for people like us who have less knowledge or insights about poetry, when we read poetry, we can't really fully understand it because of our own probably vital limitations. I think this is wonderful for us to just, because it simplifies the hidden meaning very profoundly. And yeah,
Yes.
I think now I see the broader picture, or I can visualize how I'll be able to use this particular app for my own research or for my own understanding of Savitri. Now it's
Yeah.
more clear to me.
Exactly. Because you have now the possibility to go chapter by chapter and see how he changed
The
things.
Yes,
And I didn't know that before, but that is when we start to
yeah, it's
communicate,
wonderful. Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it comes beautiful. But I didn't know
it's
that
wonderful.
Earth is an extreme good example.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we can search Earth in each one of the cantos, and we can see how the meaning of Earth is evolving. We can take it
Yes,
about with one word, and yeah. That's profound. That's actually very profound.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
And then you get really more scientific view on Savitri. That
Yes,
what
yes,
I have the feeling.
yes,
And
yes,
we can show how he wanted to, or what he wanted to say in the end.
yes, yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Now it's much more clearer in my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
you're
today's
welcome.
session. It was very profound and wonderful. I'll definitely, yeah. We should write about this and in Savitri Bhavan. I think it should come in the newsletter or something.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. If you like, we can do that to write together an
Yeah,
article
yeah, sure. We should
about
write about it. If you,
Earth, because I think for people in the moment, it's also important to um, get the correlation of Earth. And what
okay,
is
that's a
important
thought.
in the, because many people are speaking about Earth and all the problems.
Yes, that's a wonderful thought actually. Yes, we can think about this.
Yeah, and give the description uh, how you can suck in something, but how you can also come out,
Yeah.
and how because in Savitri, and that I like so much. It's a yeah, let's say it's a change of consciousness.
Yes.
I
I think
only because I'm most interested in the moment. We can look, because that would be also very interesting when Savitri is have the debate with death.
yes.
And now
Of there is
what is there the understanding of Earth? Because we get the consciousness of death inside.
yes. Yes.
Okay,
This
this
dual
man
effect distance is
exists.
depicted
It
as a
does.
paradoxical and dynamic realm of both struggle and inherent magic, where a persistent will to live endures despite suffering and ignorance. It serves as a vital crucible for the evolution of consciousness, bridging lower and higher states of being and striving towards deity, ultimately destined to receive divine light, love, and bliss. This domain is meant for joy and transformation, a place where base desires can ascend to spiritual yearning, culminating in its deliverance into perfect wisdom and joy. Oh, wow. How profound. How profound. So
Yeah,
basically, even the word is going through the journey as we go from canto to canto. It's
yes.
a very different, very dynamic understanding that's actually kind of coming in front of us. I think I'm extremely curious now. true. That's true. Yeah, we can just take one word and go in each canto and we can see the meaning and we can go, maybe we can take depth or light or, space
Yeah,
or
yeah.
time.
Yes,
It's
yes.
wonderful. It's so much. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Mm.
We've never explored this. I'm glad that we had this discussion and we explored this aspect of the app. I think it's wonderful.
Mm. And it's in the moment possible, no?
Yes, yes,
So
absolutely,
because yeah, but what
absolutely.
you see here, nobody else could do that before. That's
Of course.
uh,
Yeah,
uh, and that's the beauty when technology comes together with conscious.
that's that's true. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So, should we conclude for today?
Yeah, yeah, we can close for today. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you so much. Our next session will be on 7th of November.
Okay.
See you.
Then see you. Bye.
Bye.